Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV Online, where last time we managed to stop Emmett Zelch's plans for the first. We saved Grahatia. We unfortunately lost our ghostly friend, but because of him, we were able to withstand the onslaught of corrupted light energy and healed our soul in the process. Speaking of souls, our friend's souls are still stuck in the first. Apparently, Graha's plan on having everyone return safely was to, unfortunately, trying to think of the best way to put this that wouldn't get me in trouble. He was thinking of doing something very sadly permanent to themselves in order for everyone to return. That should do. And everyone was like, yeah, no, we'll figure out another way. So that's what I'm figuring is the post-game is trying to get everyone back. Also, on this side of things, at the source, apparently the Garlean Emperor is now dead. Wasn't expecting that. Killed by his own son. Estinian and... oh gosh, I had his name for a moment, but no. Gaius, there we go. Witnessed it. Gaius attempted revenge, and we faded to black, so I'm not expecting much out of that. I just hope Estinian can get out of there safely. Besides that, I don't know. I know, of course, continuing on with the main scenario questline will continue on, but I don't know what other raids I need to do or where to start them. That's my only thing. I'm going to assume the Crystarium. Hey, Vanilla, I just started post-game. And I don't know really where to start. I could start with the main scenario quest lines, but I know there's always at least 2 or 3 other kind of raid quests that are available. And I don't quite know where to go. I'm assuming the Crystarium. So I think I'll start there. I want to do the side raid quests before the main scenario quest line, you know? Ah, crap. Give me just a second. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Oh yeah, so far so good, Vanilla. And we'll just return to the Crystarium. See if there's anything new here. Ooh. A few things. That was there before. Don't remember that. Don't remember that. Don't remember that. Minister from another mother. Level 1. I don't remember that. What? What's the level 1 all the way over here? Oh, this is an extreme trial. Oh, it's the bard dude, like with the other ones. Okay. That is fair, but I can at least unlock them to do if I want. Wait. Aren't you... Yes, I thought so. Shadowbringers, correct? You've been keeping very busy if all the rumors are to be believed. Why are you staring at me with such intensity? Pray tell, have I said something to offend you? How in the seven hells did you wind up in this world? Judging by your cryptic comments, I gather I bear a resemblance to someone you know. But I can assure you that we have never met before, you and I. Don't believe me? Then let us be friends. The more you learn about me, the more you will come to realize how different I am from this other me. I am a wanderer by trade, but a minstrel at heart, a keeper of tales, a singer of songs, a preserver of forgotten truths. Yet in defiance of my itinerant nature, I have elected to remain here for a time and compose my new works. You being a traveling sinner? I'm sure you've seen your share of adventures. Such stories often serve as the best source of inspiration. Perhaps I could persuade you to regale me with one or two. Center of the world, you must surely have all manner of exciting experiences to share. I pray you regale me with your finest, that I may inspire me to write a song that shall echo in eternity. Okay, yeah. Yeah, nothing right now. Okay, cool. So whenever I want, I can just come back here, unlock them. Fine then. We'll start with this one. Hello, Bethana. No, this isn't it, because it's giving me materia. About in the middle of nowhere. It's higher up. Is this off to the side? It's hard to tell. Hello, anxious Crystarium guard. There we go. Okay, this I remember seeing. Apparently there's something out in the wastes. I'll decline this for now, but you know what? No, let's go ahead and start with this one. Frick it. One of the Crystarium guards is particularly relieved to have found you. Let's do it. Let's see what Rin's up to. Ah, Shent, have you seen Rin? She's been looking for you. Hmm? Wait here. I'll go and get her. That is Elden Raid? Or Eden Raid? There you are. The truth is, I need your help. Wish Thancred he was with you. Now hold on, I haven't even told you what it is yet. Doesn't matter, I'll help. After you defeated Emetselch, I sensed a strange concentration of light somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. I can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. But whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thancred, Yonjay, and I have a few theories that we plan to test once we find whatever's causing this. The three of us were reluctant to ask for your help, considering everything that you've been through. The thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warden without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. Can't you technically also? I mean, I wouldn't want to put you through that, but I thought you also could do that. Unless I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. While we don't want to jump to conclusions, it would be a good idea to have you there just in case. So will you come with us? Wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, Shent. This means a lot. First of all, let's head to the Derrick and Amarong. Thancred and Euron Jay should have everything ready by now. Alright, sounds good. Use my tickets. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Sweet wheels. Even though it doesn't have any. Hey, Thancred. Sorry to drag you all the way out here. I have a feeling you'll miss this place when you see where we're going next. Wonderful. 'Tis a blessing to see thee so hale. I hope this is a mount that I can have, because I want this now. The shoe. Yo, Lucian. Oh, this is the lesbian one you were talking about? Okay. I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. I flew. I doubt they posed any sort of challenge to him. With it, I can say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that we incenses turns out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Fair. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-blasted wasteland poseth as severe a threat as any foe we might face. In any event, we are in agreement that this phenomenon doth warrant investigation, though for lack of more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Rin's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. There'll be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. Is the Sky Slipper ready, Thancred? The Sky Slipper! It's just a shoe! You're right, it's a slipper. Ready to take us wherever we need to go, aye. Back again too, maybe, if we ask it nicely. I want it. Though the light hath been expunged from Norvent, the ambient aether of the empty is still corrupted. Dangerous, so in fact, I hope there's something we can do about that. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake. The soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. It is due to this imbalance that the empty remaineth utterly uninhabited, even a century thereafter. Now that we've taken care of all the Light Wardens, I hope this is something that can slowly be dealt with. That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the aetherometers I've packed and Rin's unique abilities, we should be able to detect and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium records, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree. But much longer than that, we risk becoming cinders. Seriously? We still don't know how chocobos and Amara will fare in the empty. We have to for a more mechanical method of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mean, who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. So things will break then. He seemed quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we're not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by a Moa at some point. Sure. Dot. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Word! While I'm piloting and Rin's navigating, you and Yan-Jay will be free to enjoy the view and engage in rousing conversation. By that I mean he can spend the whole time talking at you while you nod in agreement. I'd expect that we'd be on lookout for frickin' sin eaters. Though the flood of light is believed to have expunged all traces of life from the empty, we must remain ever vigilant. We know not what we shall find. Well then, shall we go? Depart for the empty? Yep. Whoa! Just looks like a Star Wars speeder, too. Like we're frickin' speeding across the deserts of Tatooine. With a name like the Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery. This is downright depressing. To look on the land swallowed by the flood with my own eyes is a chilling sight. Approximately 9/10 of this world is this slick, almond white plain. That's what I'm saying. I wish there was something we could do about that, because that is just depressing. Most of the world is like this. What not for the warriors of darkness and fear. Rin, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Yes, I'm certain. There's no telling how far it is, though. Nothing for it but to keep going, then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we have a good few miles ahead of us. I have to say, it's a touch larger than I was expecting, and is it sleeping? What is it? Is it alive, or is it a building? Norvent the Empty. No, it's waking up. I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light. The first Sin Eater. Long ago, I strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding the flood of light, to discover what set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. Or single being. I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Sin Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foeman Philia vanquished a century ago. She gave everything she had, and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Aye, the possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. Rin, knowest thou of what I speak? The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew. That's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Why? Eden. Utopia in Fae. Most auspicious title. Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple of tents, on the off chance, but pitching the damn things is something of a fine art. Does anyone fancy helping me? Sure, sure. Oh, now that I think about it, I need to find where I can frickin' spend my tomestones in the Crystarium so I can actually get better gear for these raids. I'd very much like that. And now I'm a little bit regretful that I'm here. Can we head back? The freaking rest may allay the symptoms of prolonged exposure to the empty's ambient aether. It would be unwise to linger here over long. I'm going to assume it's somewhere in the Crystarium. I never realized that putting tents up could be such a bother. Still, I'm glad that we got there in the end. Wait, I forgot to talk to Thancred. Shit. Thancred should be back from never mind. Scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move. In the plaza? Okay. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. Oh. What about it? Oh. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Gul and Mosak or Yal and Yulmore. Okay, cool. Ah, there we go. I do want to exit. Okay, cool. I know where to go. I don't think I have a lot of tomestones on me, but... Ah. Hi. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I want this one. Or no, we don't. Never mind, I'm a liar. Cryptlurk gear? Okay. Yeah, I don't have a lot of tomestones on me at the moment. I should do a main scenario quest. I wonder who they're supposed to be. I like that a lot, though. Alright. Darn it, I forgot what it's called. Or not. Gosh darn it. There we go. Yep. Deploy the core. Rin waits anxiously for Thancred to return from surveying the vicinity. I wonder what's taking Thancred so long. Ah, there he is. Well, that was rather uneventful. Not that I'm complaining. Did you find anything? No, thankfully. There's naught but barren plains in every direction, apart from Eden, obviously. I tried approaching it, and the brute didn't even seem to notice me. Thought best not to tempt fate, so I withdrew. We should act now before it's fully awake. Meaning what, exactly? When I think about the flood of light, I get the feeling that rather than destroying everything in its path, what it actually did was stop the flow of aether. Of course, that meant that all of the plants, animals, and people here could no longer survive. They must have crumpled to dust in the years since. But the aether is still here, lying dormant. If Eden is the one that caused it, maybe it can get it flowing again. I don't know for certain, but I think I can use Eden to bring life back to empty. Hold on a moment. What makes you think that's even possible? And how do you expect to control that kind of power? Rin's aspirations may not be as preposterous as thou dost surmise. I believe Minfilia halted the Flood of Light's advance not by destroying it, but by silencing it. She cast silence, got it. And in so doing, she hath gifted us an opportunity too precious to waste. Even now, the flame of hope burns on. Aye, as Minfilia's successor, it standeth to reason that Rin doth possess the means to exert her will over Eden. Such a monumental task is not to be taken lightly. What sayest thou, Shent? imagine it's easier said than done. I don't know if it would put a risk to her life or not. Yes, you're probably right, but I have to try. Very well, Rin. You've made up your mind. So how should we go about this, then? I have an idea. I've been studying it carefully ever since we arrived, and it seems to me that the light is more concentrated at a certain point. I suppose you could call it the core. That giant Talos had a core too, like a beating heart. It controlled the flow of aether. If Eden's core is the same, perhaps we could use it to restore the etheric balance? The theory is certainly sound. By employing Aethernet shards as beacons, mayhap we could trace the ethereal flow to Eden's core, and in so doing secure the means to teleport to the very heart of the beast. Thankfully, the settlement council has kindly furnished us with a plethora of apparatus by which to perform such feats. However, we must needs first have Rin study the entity's interior and chart us a suitable course. Once we have reached our destination, I shall fabricate a means by which you may directly communicate with Eden, and mayhap exert a measure of control over it. You can really do that, Yuranjay? All credit is due to a dear friend, a gentle soul long since departed, who imparted to me a wealth of knowledge concerning aetherology. Although I'm certain she would be all too quick to chastise my methodology. Excuse me for interrupting this trip down memory lane, but I don't imagine that Eden will be too happy about us rummaging around in its innards, for want of a better term. In all seriousness though, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of welcoming party arranged for intruders. Perhaps you had best lead the way, Shent. It's true that he's the only one who can defeat a Light Warden, but I'd rather not rely on him any more than we have to. Yes, I haven't forgotten what happened when he absorbed too much light. As Alizé said, making promises you have no way of keeping is not kindness. Now, I wish I could put down wardens myself, but the simple fact is, I can't. There's no point pretending I can. That's why I'm asking Shent. Then perhaps I could. You already have a job to do, remember? The only reason this plan even has a chance of success is because of your involvement. We need you to concentrate on the task at hand and guide us to the core. Not only that, you'll have to keep an eye on Eden itself. If we somehow manage to make it angry, get us out of there. Are you sure you want to go through with this? This is what I do best. I won't let you down. Though we will remain here, Rin and I shall do our utmost to guide thee along the ethereal stream. After thou hast reached the exterior, we shall remain in contact via these link pearls, courtesy of our comrades in Crystarium. Being relics salvaged from the Crystal Tower, I fear they may be somewhat less reliable than those to which thou art accustomed. It's not going to be that easy. No way I have the item level needed. Not yet. I should have planned ahead. I didn't think. Oh, that's nice though. That kind of perfect timing. Shit. Commence. Ooh, I am curious with the main story quest what abilities I actually have available to me. Because it does lock somehow. Castrum Meridianum. Meridianum. Nice. Well. The teleportation apparatus has been calibrated successfully, and I believe the probability of irreversible disintegration is to be relatively low. Thanks, you're on Jave. I'm glad it's low. Ready when you are, Shint. Oh, looks like I can do this one. Nice! Average item level has to be 425. What is my item level? I'm curious. 427! Heck. Alright. Well, I can at least get it up and going, I suppose. Take the daily off. Alright, I'll join. It'll be a while, so while I wait, we'll go ahead and buy our next item in the Crystarium. Yes. That savage stuff, the book ones? Ah, okay. Guess I can get the chest. Chest piece would be nice. Good. Oh, goodness. Alright. Now while we wait for this, I guess I can do... my Reaper quests. I haven't done them, so I should, I guess. Some side stuff while I wait. Let's try not to burn the tree. The stench of blood chokes the air, filling your nostrils with its metallic aroma. However, no ghostly fiends or slavering creatures emerge from the underbrush. If there are voids sent nearby, they must not be hungry. Hey, Jackie. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Use the blood-scented candle here as well. Stench of blood. However, no ghostly fiends or slavering creatures emerge from the underbrush. If there are void scent nearby, they must not be hungry. One more. Good, you think? I hope so. I think he got scammed. Oh no. Don't mind me asking what happened. No. Do the thing here, and drawn by the maleficent odor, a void scent rises from the underbrush. Though it bears no resemblance to Orcus, its eyes you with a voracious hunger. Yeah. $52. I don't know about that one. I don't know what prices on that's supposed to be. I'm not in the know, unfortunately. Arnages. Glad to see you in one piece. Now what's that you have in your hand? Blood-soaked ring. There you go. You said the void scent was carrying this. That ring, where'd you find it? On a void scent. I see. Then there can be no doubt. The void scent that Shin slew is the very same one that murdered our woodcutter. Murdered? Are you saying? Aye. While I was searching for a place to set my trap, I spotted a shallow grave, hastily dug and poorly hidden. Under a thin layer of dirt was a body matching the description of the woodcutter. Wholly nondescript fellow, save for the mark of a ring removed from his finger. Doubtless that ring was his demise. Shiny baubles are a common fixation for void scent. Probably didn't spare a thought for the owner, only the prize. I suppose we can take comfort in knowing that it'll harm no one else. Orcus or not, I'd say this expedition was a success after a fashion. I should apprise the whalers of what transpired. You two catch some well-earned rest. Thank you kindly, Arctus. Arnages. Well then, I'll see you back at headquarters. Let me in, loyal lemur. Lufus Shin, headed in. Yep. Maybe you didn't get the satisfaction, I promise, but sitting here with our heads in our hands won't do us any good. Let's be happy with one less void scent, preying on helpless woodcutters. Only good void scent is a dead void scent. Here, here. Nothing comes from their endless hunger for aether but bloodshed and tragedy. We're on the cusp of ending 2 decades of misery. That's how long ago Orcus came into this world, raging like an animal free from his cage, and leaving my family dead in his wake. The grief he's caused since then is immeasurable. No matter where his accursed feet take him, his hunger follows, and the realm pleads to sate it. Of course, we aren't the only ones hunting him, but he's as clever as he is vicious. Not even the finest trackers have been able to keep on his trail for long. Don't lose heart yet, boss. While you were away, I was making the rounds, and I might have found something that'll soon bear fruit. Arnegus is following up on it as we speak. I swear, someday that man is going to kill over on my account. Still, there's no one else I trust to tell me the difference between truth and hysteria. That being said, his work takes time to do right. Use this chance to hone your skills, and if all goes to plan, next time we speak, you'll have a golden opportunity to test them. Let's do it. I'm still waiting for this to go through. Apologies, Shemp, but we're still waiting on Arnegus to come through. There's not much for you to do around here until then, unless you have a knack for cleaning. Herman is good at wheedling out promising stories and whatnot, but getting to the truth of those stories of the craft is delicate as weaving. I'm sure you've seen firsthand how one bad bit of information can lead to elaborate plans coming apart at the seams. Boss! Calm down, lad. Breathe. What's gotten into you? It's Arnegus. He's been murdered. Oh my gosh. What? Tell me I heard that wrong. I'm afraid not. The brass blades found him half buried in the sands not bells ago, just lying there like some bloody animal carcass. They're bringing him to Erlig's burial chamber as we speak. Whoever did this doesn't know the reckoning they've got coming. Before I'm done with them, they'll be begging to crawl back into their mother's womb. I want justice as much as you, Herman. I do, but it's times like these we need to look to the boss for guidance. As you can see, Shin, emotions are running high. I should stay here until Herman's cooled off. Can you let the boss know we're standing by and waiting for her command? Like as not, she's gone to pay her respects. Well, near perfect timing. Uh-oh. Come on, healers. Alright, here we go. The first raid. Eden's Gate. Resurrection. Be careful. Huge amounts of aether are rushing to the core. Wait, what's that? doesn't look good. Keeper of Knowledge, Eden Prime. Music. Oh. Oh no! Frick this! Oh frick! Oh frick this! Raptor form? Oh! They also have the power to grow. Got it. Oh god, ow. I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. Oh, I'm dead. Nice. I'm already down. So I don't know if this matters. Oh. But. Oh, is it gonna fire a giant laser? I don't know. Oh, it is! I was kidding! Final flash? Right into the cosmos. The heck is happening? What the heck is this? Oh, and we survived. Well, they survived. I was already down. Okay. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Such a cool... I mean, it is cool, but I don't... I just don't know. 5%. Come on, take him out. There we go. Woo! Biden. Welcome to lesbians. Okay. Oh, shutting down. Yes. Oh. The recommendation. There you go. Loot. I'm gonna need it all. Alright, cool. You're on, Jay? Though we anticipated some form of resistance, I did not foresee Eden generating a small replica of itself. To think that a mere fraction of its power could manifest such a powerful adversary is frightening indeed. Oh, no, I meant to... Thancred! Oh, well. It seems Thancred's prediction about there being some sort of guardian was right. Thankfully, it was nothing that you couldn't handle. And I'm glad to say that you haven't absorbed any light, either. So far, so good. Now that the way's clear, the Aethernet shards can send us to the core and back whenever we need. Why don't we give them a try? Alright, let's use the shard. Standing around and waiting is hardly my forte, though I dare say I'm more suited to this than what Yarn J is doing. Though the apparatus is now in place, a number of minute adjustments must needs be made before attempting to assert control over Eden. Once Yarn J has activated the device, it's my turn. Oh, I'll take direct hit. Time hath come. Watch over me, Minfilia. Is this supposed to happen? Is offering considerable resistance. Not now. Not when I'm so close. Yonjay! Got blasted back, shoot. I am unharmed. What of Rin? No, you listen to me. Oh, she's getting serious. She's using both hands. Rin, be careful. Uh-oh. Eden's waking up. Looks like it could be a ship. Well, the top looking down, anyway. Oh, that's horrifying. Well, I'm glad that's over, but for how long? The beast's fury hath subsided. Oh, recovered from her battle with Wills with Eden. It worked. I'm in control now. I think. You're not sure? Although I'm now linked to Eden, I still need to figure out how to give it commands. Pray tell, what caused it to convulse so violently? It must have been when Eden rose into the air. I'm still struggling to stop it from drifting too far from the camp. Even now, thou art. Rin, what's going on? Above us. Something's coming this way. An enemy. But how dost thou... Could it be a Sin Eater? I can't see them clearly, but... That's impossible. What is it? They're inside too. Lots of them. Trying to reach the core. Uninvited guests, eh? If I'd known they were coming, I would have tidied the place up. Japes are a poor substitute for a viable stratagem. In that case, I suggest that you and I deal with the ones who are already inside. Enchant can welcome our airborne adversary. Rin, find out if Eden has any defenses we can make use of, preferably ones that don't recognize us as the enemy. I'm not sure about that, but I can use the Aether Currents to send you wherever you need to go. That's my girl. Alright, everyone, we've got work to do. From what I can tell, Eden is able to form simple structures by redirecting Aether, so I'll try to give you something to stand on. When you're ready, head for that portal over there. Yeah, we got this, I hope. Eden's Gate Descent, now accessible. Hopefully I have enough item level to get in. Otherwise I will be sad. No, I do. Okay. Oh, I didn't even read this. Rin's discovery of a vast concentration of light prompts an expedition into barren wastelands, left in the wake of the flood known as the Empty. There you encounter the immense and enigmatic Eden, the very first Sin Eater and progenitor of the destruction that all but consumed the world. Rather than seeking to end this threat once and for all, Rin hopes to use its limitless power to restore the ethereal balance of the Empty and breathe life into the planet. However, she must first gain control of Eden's core, which is likely to have countermeasures for repelling intruders. Having finally... Well, I can do this now, so bop. Join. Having finally overcome Eden in the Battle of Wills, Rin is now in control of the enormous Sin Eater, which now drifts high above the Empty. Your celebrations are short-lived, however, as Rin detects the presence of unknown enemies making their way towards Eden's core. While Thancred and Yuan-Jay rush to intercept a swarm of foes approaching from inside, you head to the upper reaches to face the threat from above. I need the item level 425. This is also 425? It is good. At least for a little bit, my item level should be fine. Knock on wood. I won't need higher level till number 5. Okay, so at the very least, I'm good for today. And I will probably, after I get done with work, hopefully around that time, the dailies will have reset to where I can do another main scenario and gain more of the Tomes of Poetic. So I can maybe get another item or two. before I stream. 'Cause I'd rather do that than have to do some of this during the stream, you know? Plus, if it's just me friggin' grinding out tomestones, I doubt anyone wants to see that. Ah, blah. All my ways of gaining tomestones. Okay. Once again, while we wait. I can't exit. Oh, wait, what? With a party of another player. Nothing. There we go. Return to camp. Now I can do that. Sorry, Shit. I ain't the mood for chit-chat. Where's the bloody keeper? My lady, prithee, the dead must be let to rest. The dead are going to have one more amongst them if you don't shut your trap and listen. The brass blades brought in a body not long ago. Show me to it. Ah yes, that they did. But are you the deceased family? If not, I'm afraid we cannot. Family. Family. Arnegus was like a son to me. Like a son. Ordinarily that would be. He is interred in the innermost coffin. However, I must advise you not to gaze upon the body. If she insists, then so be it. God damn it, Arnegus. I told you not to go and get yourself. Don't, Shent. This isn't for you. Aww. I'm sorry for barging in here, for all the bluster. If you can forgive my rudeness, promise me that Arnegus gets sent off well and properly. Of course he shall be. However, if you wish to inter him within the city gates, well, such sought-after space comes at no small expense. I don't care what it costs. Just send your man to Lemur's headquarters to collect what you require. Shent, I appreciate you coming to find me, but there's someone else I have to speak with first. I'm heading to Stone's Throw. Come along if you please, but come along in silence. This is why Arnegus' dear wife earns her living. Best get this over with. Arnegus never forgot the debt he owed you. The debt we both owed you. Even so, his loyalty ran even deeper than that. It's a strange thing to look back on the people we were. A decade ago. A decade younger and a lifetime more foolish. Young lovers. Proud patriots. Blissfully ignorant. Returning to Locus Amoenus? The cradle of our people. Heard of that before. A triumphant homecoming for the Garleans after centuries in exile. The once mighty invaders have been laid low and driven back whence they came, and it was a banner day when Arnegus was honored with post there. The honor and pride quickly faded when we saw the truth of Locus Amoenus. Alright, we'll just commence with this. We'll get back to that. Alright, Eden's Gate Descent. Oh. Excuse me. Antithesis Manifest. Void Walker. Oh, hi. You're interesting. don't know what this is. What is this? Still I'm waiting. Dark through the target, which will activate this effect. Oh, okay. Good to know. It's a delay. Oh! I can still at least hit with ranged attacks, even though it barely does anything. Oh, I just ran right off the side. Oh, God. That's the frickin' worst. Oh, I ran right into that. Damn. Oh God. Oh, I'm in the corner. Oh God. Well, I feel like I don't know what this do. Should I be? Crap. Oh god, it is confusing. Okay, 1%. Okay, we're good. Oh my god. Oh, they dropped the knight. The knight. Shin, thank goodness you're unharmed. We came as soon as we could, as we took care of our unwanted guests. They were a stubborn bunch, and quite unlike anything I've seen in the first. No, I won't let you. Damn the light. Damn you all. Who are you? What do you want? Why am I here? What is happening? Thunk. She's alive, but there's something strange about her aether. She didn't seem too pleased with Rin taking control of Eden, which may be what caused her to appear out of the blue. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess. Tis plain she is not a sin eater, not even in part as Vothri was. Yet this knowledge does little to assuage my fears, for she is nonetheless possessed of a power most terrible. On the other hand, if she's feeling cooperative, she might be able to tell us more about Eden. I'll keep an eye on her until she wakes up. There's no telling what will happen when she does, but I'll make it clear that we mean her no harm. Well, no further harm, at the very least. Obviously, it's not a good idea to bring her inside Eden. It's likely that reaching the core was her aim from the onset, so I'll take her to the camp. Sounds good. Now that things have settled down, I should get back inside and try strengthening my link to Eden. Although I had my hands full trying to control Eden, I caught a glimpse of your battle. That power, I've never seen anything like it. What thou witnessed was the tearing of the very fabric of reality, the creation of a rift through which Voidsent may enter. But pray tell me, didst thou make any other observations? I couldn't sense any light at all in that girl or her servants. And I can't really explain how, but she reminded me of Emmett Selch. Though I think it unlikely that she is an Asin. She may yet be thrall to Zodiac. Maybe we'll be able to find out more when she's woken up. In the meantime, I'll try to improve my control over Eden. it seems to be listening more than before, instead of screaming at me like it was in the beginning. And that's not all. I made an exciting discovery. I have them potted under some manner of ancient knowledge. His newly formed bond with Eden's core has led to a surprising discovery. I feel a lot more confident in my ability to control Eden now. Of course, this is only the beginning. And we shall accompany thee wheresoever this path may lead. But pray tell, what manner of discovery hath thou made? I understand how Eden's power works, and therefore the true nature of the flood of light. Yes, it affected the balance of all of the ether in the empty, shifting it so far towards the umbral that it stopped flowing altogether. The power to tip the scales. And to tip them back again. That's what Eden does. It controls the balance of aether over a wide area, forcing it from one alignment to the other. Left alone, it still poses a threat, but if I can harness its power, I think I could use it to breathe life back into the empty. The trouble is, I haven't the foggiest idea of where to start. And if I go about this the wrong way, I'll do more harm than good. Thou needst not bear this burden alone, nor should thou. It is no simple matter of awakening that which lies dormant. All things in nature are inextricably linked. The elements maintain a fragile harmony, without which life cannot prosper. So what should we do? The solution hath begun to take shape in my mind, though it will require further discussion. For the time being, let us return to the camp. It would be remiss of us not to involve Thancred. True. I'm curious to know what connection that girl has to Eden. If only she'd told us a bit more before she collapsed. Still sleeping soundly, I'm afraid. If I'd known she'd take so long to come around, I'd have brought a good book or two to pass the time. Well, she's about to wake up, I bet. My friends, I believe I have struck upon a method by which we may see this world restored. Ranjay, before you go any further, allow me to make a potentially very long, short story slightly shorter. The plan is to control Eden and realign the aether of the empty, right? In essence, yes. However, unleashing elemental energies haphazardly will not suffice. In addition, the empty is unfathomably vast. Were we only able to effect change over one small region at a time, it would take many lifetimes to complete even a fraction of our task. Instead, our energies would be better spent revitalizing each element in order that we might set in motion a more widespread transformation. One at a time. I hate to say this, but I don't think Eden will be able to draw out a single element without affecting the others. For that very reason, we shall select a location in which the ambient aether we wish to restore is at its most potent. Even in a dormant state, certain elements will be more prevalent and therefore more easily manipulated. Then we rebalance the aether and return it to the land, whereupon it shall be borne on ethereal currents to the furthest reaches of the empty. But what's to prevent that element from breaking free of Eden's hold and causing a disaster of some sort? It must needs be contained. The question is how. Shent, indulge me a moment if thou wouldst. Pray imagine a corporeal manifestation of each of the individual elements. What dost thou see in thy mind's eye? Googles? Mayhap thou art afeard to utter the fateful word, for to ever speak the name primal is to invite misfortune. Though invite it we must, as the Aether is drawn forth and relined by Eden, we shall perform a summoning as Master Louis So once did on the fields of Continent. As one who hath laid low countless primals, thy memories will shape the Aether into a deiform entity, which must subsequently be dispersed in the traditional fashion. So defeat it, in other words. But is that even possible? So I have to do a primal gauntlet then. Frick. I break my fast on primals. Lest thou forget, 'twill be no more than an approximation of a foe thou hast previously bested. Have every confidence in thine abilities, Shent. As do I, though I might help to have some ideas of what you would be up against. Have you decided which element to tackle first? Propose water, the source of all life. So Leviathan then. As for the location, an area to the west of Norvend was once home to the world's deepest ocean. Alas, the flood of light reduced it to a yawning chasm. Water. Yes, that seems like a good choice. I'll see if Eden can take us where we need to go. And I shall prepare for the summit. Thancred, wouldst thou keep watch over our enigmatic antagonist? She may have vital information to impart. In the event that she becomes agitated, thou mayest have need to restrain her. Someone's got to do it, I suppose. I'll be praying for your success while I wait here twiddling my thumbs. Still, I must say I don't envy you being caught up in yet another one of Yonjay's madcap schemes. Though, come to think of it, if the creature you must fight is born from your own memories and imagination, why don't you try thinking of something a bit tamer than the primals you've fought in the past? Perhaps that's not how it works. Anyway, best of luck. Leviathan is the ideal candidate to embody the element of water. Be warned that the circumstances of said summoning differ greatly from that of the primal encounter in the source, and the results are difficult to predict. Eden seems to be responding well to my instructions, so we should reach our destination in no time at all. Alright, this is the place. I'll see if I can draw out the water aspect at Aether. The rest is up to you, Shent. Memories of a Leviathan come flooding back. Ah, I see what you did there. Eden's Gate. Inundation now accessible. It would appear that the summoning was a success, though the Leviathan hath yet to reveal himself. When you're ready, I'll have Eden teleport you there. Ren is now able to concentrate on the task of turning Eden's immense power to the task of balancing the ethereal alignment of the empty. Such a delicate task must be approached one element at a time, and Yuan Jay suggests that the first should be water, essential to all life. However, for Aether to be restored, it must first be given shape, a process akin to summoning. As you call upon your memories of the dread Leviathan, the raging fury of the deluge begins to take form. I've got some items from here. I don't know if it's enough to buy anything. Also, I don't know if these are the items I need to take. Oh. There we go. Now I can summon the Grahatia. I'd probably use those items at the Crystarium, right? Right? Gotta assume they're part of that. Ah, Eden. Okay, yeah, some Eden gear. It's still gonna be better than what I have now, and it can go towards the item levels that I need, you know? So yeah, we can go with this. We can get the hands. The hands, yes. We can get the boots. We can get some earrings. Necklace. Ah. Well, that's fine. We'll get more of the items whenever we continue along. So you're already at 445, even though this does not match at all. Oh no. Update the gear. Can I have the glamour? What should I have? That still goes well with my Reaper gear. I don't remember making that. But yeah, oh, it's the Scion gear that I first got from Tataru. Yeah, we'll do this. Looks better than the mishmash of armors and stuff that I had before. Alright. We're a little bit better now. Alright, so we can go back. Thump. Okay. Better to have here than the one. This is a single attack anyway. I don't know why I had that there. But that's nice. Time for homecoming for the Garleans after centuries in exile. The once mighty invaders have been laid low and driven back whence they came. It was a banner day when Arnegus was honored with a post there. Honor and pride quickly faded when we saw the truth of Locus Almenus. We hadn't just defeated our enemies, we had clapped them in irons and condemned them to a life of servitude. Descendants of those who'd driven our ancestors north so many generations ago, made to pay for the crimes of their forebears. The superiors were certainly pleased with the poetry of it all. Arnegus, however, could not simply look away from their suffering, let alone take pleasure in it. Confronted with the reality of the place we would call home, his conscience demanded he take action. He began cooperating with the resistance, but the eyes of the Frumentarium are all-seeing. Before long, he was ousted as a sympathizer. 'Twas only by the grace of good fortune that we escaped with our lives. I've often laid awake at night wondering if he had outlived his usefulness to the resistance. Perhaps it was a petty senior officer that orchestrated our fall. Regardless of the cause, the outcome was the same. We could never return to the Empire. We fled to Eorzea by way of Hadz-Han, the only route open to us. It wasn't soon after stepping foot on the docks of Limsa that your luck ran out, as I recall. Stopped by Yellow Jackets and accused of being Imperial spies. Aye, but we still managed to make an escape. We ran and ran, terrified that our pursuers would one day catch up to us. That is, until we met you. Had you not taken us under your wing when you did, I shudder to imagine our fate. Gratitude's the last thing I deserve. Thus, if I hadn't seen Arnegus off on my damned fool's errand, he'd still be alive. It was Orcus that killed him, and no mistake. He died for my vengeance. I cannot tell you how sorry I am. No, you needn't apologize. I know he was happy. So long as he was helping you, he was happy. The blame for his death doesn't rest on your shoulders. It rests on the man, the monster, that murdered him in cold blood. I expect you to see he answers for his crimes. For me and for Arnegus. I will, lass. I will. On this I swear on everything that I have to swear. We need a talk shed, somewhere with fewer prying eyes. Come meet me at the bridge to the north. I owe you an apology, Shint, for not telling you everything about me and Orcus from the start. I dragged you into a fight against a foe that's cunning, brutal, and utterly merciless. I thought with all of us together we'd tip the scales in our favor. But I was wrong, and Arnegus paid the price for my hubris. That void scent we tracked in the Black Shroud was likely one of Orcus's minions, but I was too caught up in my grand scheme to realize it at the time. I should have thought about why it tried to hide that body. Your common void scent wouldn't have the guile to bury a kill. But what if Orcus taught it that as a way to throw trackers off its scent, to dangle bait for me and mine? Orcus has used that same trick in the past, and he knows that we know it too. By dispatching his minion, we drew his attention. Arnicus was a warning. Orcus doesn't give his prey swift deaths. He toys with them, cuts into them, saves the screams. That's how I knew he was responsible. It's like a signature, the way he leaves the bodies when he has had his fill. I only pray Arnicus doesn't take that suffering with him to the next life. Orcus will be coming for you or me next. Not right away, though. That'll be giving up the game. He wants us to keep looking over our shoulders, sleeping with one eye open. He'll wear us down without even lifting a finger. And when he finally strikes, we'll be dead on our feet, playthings for him to do with as he pleases. That won't do. We need to bring the fight to him. No more waiting around for a lead to come to us. It won't be easy, but can I still count on your help? For Arnicus. Thank you, Shent. And if you got no qualm risking life and limb to fight for Arnicus, to fight for me, then I got no qualm calling you a member of my family. Family. A curious word, that. Ooh. Bloody. It's him, Shent. Orcus. Some persistent rats were nibbling at my tail. I should have known by their stench it was you and yours, Drusilla. Or should I call you? Granddaughter. Shut your mouth, you twice-damned monster! Monster? Is that any way to greet a beloved elder? Children these days. It seems one death wasn't punishment enough for you. A second should suffice for this scant reminder of your being. Shent, we're ending this here and now. Follow my lead. I thought we might savor our reunion for a while longer, but if you insist, I shall feast upon your beating heart here and now. Die! Nope. Naught but dregs left in that desiccated vessel of yours. Too long has the hide been left in the sun. But your family has been replenished with fresh blood, I see. My. What a bounteous soul this one has. Your sight may be dull, but your eye is as sharp as ever. Blinding as the sun, pure as the snow. Delectable as a boar slathered in grease. I thought to make a quick meal of you, but perhaps just this once, forbearance is in order. Such a singular specimen must be given time to fatten, to fulfill its succulent potential. 'Twould be a travesty to consume you ere you achieve perfection. When your soul is ripe with fear, swollen with hatred, and fit to burst with despair, I shall return for you, Shent. I shall gorge. Until that time, sup well, my growing well. Curse these old bones. He's right in front of me. I could have ended it in one swing. For a moment, just one moment, I saw it all again. My family slaughtered, lying at his feet. My life slipping away. That was enough. Doubtless you have more than a few questions. I'll answer them, I promise, but now's not the time. Trust me. Standing around kicking the sand won't change what's done. Let's return to headquarters and let the wind cool our heads. Then we can consider our next course of action. Perfect timing. Here we go! Leviathan. Once again. Fun. Maybe. Okay, it's gonna frickin' say. Full party. Inheritor of the Wolves, Leviathan, Wars. Oh, it's a Hydra. Shit, what the heck did you picture? This is a two-headed Leviathan. What? No, no game. Oh god, I did not see that. Damn it! Ah! Didn't see it. No. I'm a fool. Nice. Alright, I died a few times, but you know what? In the end, we won, so it's fine. Also, I blame my imagination for giving it 2 freaking heads. Why would you do that, Chent? You fool! I definitely want the bangs. And I think I need the pants as well. I'll pass on the hands, I'll pass on the armor because I do have better armor, and I'll pass on the head. Most emphatic victory, Shent. Unfortunately, we cannot yet be certain if the Aether is behaving as predicted. What do you say, Reen? That was incredible. Is that what a primal looks like? Yeah. Well, I made it a bit harder than it meant to be. Oh, not quite the same then. But why is that? The Leviathan of the Sorth was summoned by the Shahagan, to whom he was no less than a god. Without their faith, the deiform entity that we brought into existence differed from it on a fundamental level, though it was no less formidable. The manifestation relied upon Shent's experiences of Leviathan and may have been influenced by recollections of other water-aspected beings, leading to further discrepancies. Memories brought to life. But I still can't tell if our plan actually worked. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. How goes it? I don't know. If you've finished slaying your primal or whatever it is, I suggest you get back here on the double. There's something you ought to see. Okay. What could that be? probably the Lady Knight that we apprehended. Evidently, our only recourse is to return to our base of operations forthwith. Oh, I'll take the crit hit. Sure. Shent, look! Wow. Okay. Ah, and water aetheryte crystal. Big one, too. Hey, it's a start, you know? By the 12's good grace, 'tis a marvel to behold. I never thought that a whole lake would suddenly appear like this. And we're just getting started. I only hope the burden is not too much for you, Shent. Ah, I'm good. You know, I've dealt with worse. Such a profound transformation, though the change appeareth to be limited to an area no more than a few malms in diameter. You know, when I first heard Yanjay's plan, I didn't know what to expect. But then that enormous crystal appeared, and water came gushing forth, and, well... I think this proves that the water-aspected aether is no longer lying dormant. So which element should we rely next, Yanjay? I propose Earth. Should we succeed in returning the soil's life-giving energy, the empty shall become capable of supporting the growth of flora. Imagine that. Forests in the empty. But before we begin, I'd like to know how that girl is doing. Still sound asleep. She didn't so much as stir even when I took her helmet off. I thought it might be getting a bit stuffy in there, and I was curious to know what sort of person we're dealing with. She seems surprisingly normal, not at all like your usual void scent. I'd say she's about the same age as you, and perhaps a little older. Well, whoever she is, we should let her rest while we concentrate on the task at hand. As much as I'd love to go with you, I'd best stay here in case she wakes up and is feeling less than cooperative. And while I wait here, wishing I had something to read, my thoughts will be with you as you fly off to face the next opponent. Must be a strange feeling to bring something into existence through your own willpower, only to slay it immediately after. I almost feel sorry for the poor things. All the same, I wish you luck. Thanks, Thancred. If all goes well, he won't be waiting for long. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can see the results. Back to it we go. I am glad we got water going. It's a start. Once more into the empty, dear friend. Thou art prepared, I presume? As prepared as I can be. Well, not really. I can still get more items, but I want to get the raid available. I don't think I'm going to raid anymore today. This, I feel like, is a good place to call it, so I want to unlock the raid at the very least, and then get some equipment. Now that I can get some pants and some other trinkets that I need. Now, before we embark on our journey, there is one question I feel I should ask. Where are we going? I would suggest a certain region that lies east of Norfolk, which was once home to the great Mount Atlas. And for the Earth aspect of Primal we wish to invoke, what could be a more fitting choice than Titan? I don't know. I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it like? The landslides. The landslides. It seems like you had a rather traumatic experience. But if our last battle is anything to go by, this will be different from the Titan that Shet remembers, yes? Aye, 'twould be wise to consider the two as entirely separate beings. As such, thou must needs conceive new stratagems if thou art to triumph in the battle to come. Past experience will avail thee not, I fear. Alright, Shen. Once you're ready, we'll be on our way. Alright, go. 'Tis unlocked and ready. It took a while, but we finally arrived. Ready, Shen? Memories of Titan coming home back. Eden's Gate. Sepulture? Alright. So we are good on that, and we'll be able to make an attempt next time. Yahoo. Though, like I said, for now, I just want to get more items. Might also help a bit in getting to the next raid level. Alright, so we can get the trousers now. Just want to make sure we don't... Okay. Alright, trousers of maiming. We have enough pants. Then we get the bangle. Bracelet of slaying. And then we get a ring of slaying. Alright. Oh, whoops. Wait, was there a weapon available or no? No, it's just here. Is there a weapon here? No. I think I want to get the weapon next time I'm able to. Alright. Alright, we are good for now then. Wonderful. So I'll be picking this back up same time tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. And like I said, I forget when the dailies update, around what time. So I'll check after I get off of work tonight, or I guess this morning, and see if it has reset. If it does, I will challenge... Well, even then, I just needed a few hundred more. So honestly, just doing a high-level dungeon and maybe also doing an alliance raid should get me enough where I can at least get the next level of Scythe, which is what I do want next. So I'll probably do that after I get off of work today, and then, yeah. I probably won't stream that, because again, it's just me grinding out tomestones, and y'all don't want to see that, I don't think. Though if you do, let me know. But yeah, that is my plan going forward. Alright, so until then, thank y'all once again. I appreciate y'all very, very much. I gotta go. I need to get some food and get ready for work. So until next time, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whichever it may be. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.